Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and it's the first of the month, which means it's time to kick off a new theme of movies here on Renegades Reviews. And this month is a split theme, half Chick Flix, half Black History Month. We're starting the month off with Chick Flix, though, and the first one up is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, starring Matthew McConaughey, Kate Hudson, Katherine Hahn, Adam Goldberg, Thomas Lennon, and Bebe Neuwirth. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And as I said in the introduction, it's a new month, new themes, Chick Flicks to start us off. Going to get into How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And as our movie opens, Andy Anderson is a writer for the women's magazine Composure as the subject matter expert for a series of how-to articles. Andy is bored, and she wishes that she could write about more serious topics. When Michelle, a friend of Andy's, experiences yet another breakup, she becomes despondent and claims that she isn't attractive enough. Andy argues and says that the problem is Michelle's needy and excessively emotional behavior with men. Andy is therefore inspired to write an article entitled How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And in order to prove her point, she will begin dating a man and drive him away in 10 days simply by imitating Michelle's behavior. Meanwhile, advertising executive Benjamin Barry is looking to branch out from his usual beer and sports campaigns and desires to lead a prestigious advertising campaign for a diamond company. At a bar, Ben's boss, Philip, questions whether or not Ben has enough insight into the romance that is typically associated with diamonds. So, in response, Ben wagers that he can make any woman fall in love with him. Philip says that if Ben can achieve this before the company ball that will take place in 10 days, he will allow Ben to lead the diamond campaign. However, Ben's rivals, Judy Spears and Judy Green, were at the Composure magazine offices earlier in the day, and they know about Andy's task. So when they spot Andy at the bar, they pick her as the woman that Ben needs to romance. Ben and Andy meet, and they begin their quests, neither one revealing their true intentions. Andy works hard in order to make Ben fall in love with her first, and then break up with him in order to complete her article. But Ben continues to stick around in the hopes of making her fall in love with him. Andy makes Ben miss seeing the final shot in a New York Knicks playoff game by sending him to get her a soda, gets him knocked out in a movie theater by talking while watching a film, moves her things into his apartment, gets him a fern plant in order to represent the relationship, a Chinese crested dog, and takes him to see a Celine Dion concert when he was under the assumption that he was going to see another Knicks basketball game. However, she also occasionally lets her normal side show, which Ben begins to fall for. Fed up with the project, Andy throws a fit at Ben's boys' night poker game in an attempt to finally drive him to break up with her. However, Ben's friends, Tony and Thayer, push him to stay the course by proposing couples counseling with Andy. Therefore, Andy has Michelle pose as a couples therapist and suggest that Ben is ashamed of Andy. But Ben counters by offering to introduce her to his family in Staten Island that weekend. While visiting the family together, Ben and Andy form a genuine bond. Andy and Ben then go to the company ball together where Philip talks with Andy and tells Ben that he met her, she loves you, you win. So in order to sabotage Ben, Judy and Judy tell Tony and Thayer that Andy knew about the bet all along and was just playing along in order to help Ben win. Tony and Thayer then beg Andy to keep quiet, unwittingly making her aware of the bet. Meanwhile, Lana, Andy's boss, who is unaware of Ben's role, tells him about Andy's how-to article. Upon learning of Ben's bet, Andy attempts to humiliate Ben in front of everyone at the party, causing the pair to argue on stage before finally breaking up. Tony then shows Ben Andy's subsequent article, in which she explains how she lost the only guy she's ever fallen for. When he hears that she quit her job at Composure and is on her way to Washington, D.C. for an interview, since Lana once again refused to allow her to write about serious topics, he chases her taxi and stops her. After he accuses her of running away, they reveal their true feelings for each other. Ben instructs the taxi driver to return Andy's belongings to her home and that she will be going home with him. They then share a kiss on the bridge as our movie comes to an end. This movie was a lot cuter than I thought it was going to be going in. I'm not even going to lie. I'm a fan to a certain extent of Matthew McConaughey, and I'm a fan to a certain extent of Kate Hudson. I think I'm more of a fan of Katherine Hahn, who played Kate Hudson's friend Michelle, than any of the main stars in the movie. But it was your typical boy meets girl, boy and girl get together, boy and girl have a fight, break up, boy and girl get back together formula that pretty much every chick flick, rom-com, whatever you want to call them as, follows. You can pretty much time the beats of the movie. Does that make it any less enjoyable? No, not really. As long as the actors have the chemistry, you still can get sucked into the story. And that's what happened here. Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson had the chemistry. At the end of the day, is this a movie that I'm going to watch repeatedly? Probably not. Is it a movie that I would mind watching again? I wouldn't mind watching it again. But I don't think this is the type of movie that's going to creep up into my, top 10 chick flicks like me and Jeff discussed last year. And if you missed that episode, I'll link it up here. But it definitely was respectable enough that I don't mind if somebody wants to watch it. I'll give it another look. When it comes to my rating of this film, I give this one, I'll give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. A little bit better than middle of the road, but not upper echelon for me. What do you guys think about How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in on Friday, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And we take a look at another Matthew McConaughey movie, Failure to Launch, also starring Sarah Jessica Parker, Zooey Deschanel, Justin Bartha, Bradley Cooper, Terry Bradshaw, Kathy Bates, Patton Oswalt, and Stephen Tobolowsky. You're not going to want to miss out on that. Right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel on Renegades Reviews, another Matthew McConaughey film for chick flicks, Failure to Launch. So make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Statboy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of Kate Hudson, fans of Matthew McConaughey, fans of Catherine Hahn. Anybody you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video, share it with them. It's the only way we're going to boost up visibility into YouTube's algorithms so I can eventually get monetized, make some money on this endeavor that I've been struggling to get going here for the last couple years. Thank you once again to everyone who joined me and tuned in today. It means more to me than you'll ever know. And I will see you guys next time.